how to inherit the Lord's kingdom. And you might be thinking, oh, how do I do this? How do I do this? I really want to inherit. But the truth is, you already have. When you call on the name of Christ, you have inherited the kingdom of God already. You have obtained salvation. But it just doesn't just stop at salvation. Now it turns into, what are you going to do next? Are you going to just say, I'm working for God? Or are you going to say, I've got salvation, so now I'm just going to relax and chill and live my life and just float on by? Or are you going to allow the Lord to use more of you? Are you going to sacrifice more? Are you going to cut things out of your life? Are you going to live more for Him? Or are you going to live on the borderline for Him? In the Old Testament, I'm reading in the book of Joshua right now, how Moses was leaving all these inheritance to all the clans and the tribes of Israel, talking about how he gives them this stuff, but when we get to the Levites, it says Moses did not give them an inheritance, for God gave them the inheritance. The context behind this is that God called the Levites previously in a different book of the Old Testament, called them to priestly duties, to be in priestlyhood, to do the tabernacle, to basically grow up in the church specifically. For the specific reason, I forgot why, I don't want to tell you because I generally don't remember, but they were picked for a specific reason. They were given an inheritance for this reason because God had given them this inheritance. But the difference is now, due to our mediator, due to Jesus Christ, we no longer have to just wait for an inheritance to come, to be hoping we're born as a Levite. We now are able to obtain the inheritance of God due to simply calling on Jesus Christ's name. For it says that we are heirs to the kingdom. We have an inheritance, that there is treasures stored up in heaven for us, that He has prepared a place for us. So what are we going to do to prepare ourselves to sacrifice more, to live more, to be more in alignment with Him and not ourselves? What will you do to show your appreciation for this inheritance? What will you surrender? What will you give up? And how will you praise His name before others? For the Bible even says, if you're ashamed of Him before others, He'll be ashamed of you. Do not be ashamed of your inheritance. Do not be ashamed of the birthright you have been given. Proclaim it out loud. For truly, the only thing we take to heaven is ourselves. The only thing we take to the afterlife is ourselves and the choices we decided to make. Glory to Jesus Christ.